Grasso says some of these names are destined for a bounce from here. He joins me now. Steve, is this a tactical or kind of a longer-term pickup opportunity here?
This is definitely a tactical pickup of a couple of names that have been beaten down, Kelly. So if you look at Zoom, Zoom's up 536% year to date. Whenever you get a sell-off like this, Kelly, it's worth the opportunity to take a look. Peloton up 274% year to date. The problem with these stocks, though, Kelly, is that once we start to get back to work, then you're going to have those value plays really take over the performance world. So if that happens, these are due for a lot more pain. But getting back to your initial question, when you see a stock sell off 20%, and it's worth noting that all of these names are off their lows of the day. So you could have already made, if you bought on the lows, if you're lucky enough to, you could have already made 10% in one day just bottom picking. But I don't think longer story to your investment strategy should be buying these names just now.
So, Steve, it's interesting. I don't know if you caught what Stan Druckenmiller just said, but he kind of agreed with you on the digitization names. You know, those names like Zoom that are part of the new digital economy, he said, absolutely, they're not going anywhere. But he said, if you're a Clorox, if you're a Lowe's, if you're someone whose business hasn't fundamentally changed, but you've all of a sudden pulled forward potentially years worth of demand, that could be a different story. Would you separate the names the same way?
I think I have the world of respect for him, and I think he's dead on. You know, when I look at this group, I'm long a name like Chewy. What's going to substantively change? So people bought a lot more pets during COVID. They're not going to run out of their house if they're having delivery from Chewy for their pets. So I think that one longer term is okay. Roku, international expansion, digitalization of the world, I think he's 100% on. But when you look at a name like Peloton or Zoom, you have to sort of get to that re-rating process because Zoom specifically is up in such a dramatic fashion that if we even get incremental backing off and a more normalized environment for the business world and people start to jump on planes again, you're going to have a tough time defending the valuations on a lot of these names. And I think specifically Zoom and Peloton fit into that bucket.
Last one, Steve, 10 seconds. Do you buy or sell Peloton?
Yeah, so right now, I mean, I believe that you can get a bounce. It jumped above its 50-day moving average, which is right around 106 and change. I think shooting against that low, but ultimately I'd be a seller of Peloton. And even Roku, even though I'm constructive on Roku, I think you can get a chance to buy this thing around $200, which is its 50-day moving average.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.